The tragic story of how Jan Micheal Vincent destroyed his life. Jan Micheal Vincent was an American actor who became a household name because of his talent in acting and his rugged good looks. His career peaked during the 70s and the 80s, when he garnered a lot of attention for his versatility. His early years were plagued by struggles, but he found his footing in the entertainment industry and decided to pursue acting full-time. His best-known work is his role in the hit television series, Airwolf, where he played the role of a helicopter pilot, Stringfellow Hawk. Despite the significant success during the early years of his career, personal struggles with substances overshadowed his achievements. Jan Micheal Vincent was born on July 15, 1944 in Denver, Colorado. At the time of his birth, many of his family members were already on the wrong side of the law. Vincent had uncles on both sides of the family who had been taken into custody for bank robberies. His parents separated when he was young, and Vincent's childhood was set up for a series of disappointments. Among the personal hardships, acting rose as a welcome escape for Vincent. He showed a keen interest in acting at a young age. His debut was in 1967 on a television show called The Bandits. The same year, he also appeared in a television movie adaptation of the famous children's novel, The Hardy Boys, The Mystery of the Chinese Junk. Vincent was signed to Universal Studios and made appearances in several television shows like Dragnet in 1968 and The Banana Splits in 1969. Vincent's first starring role was in the 1969 soap opera The Survivors. He starred alongside Lana Turner and George Hamilton, although the series was canceled abruptly. His career took off on an upward climb in the 70s when he appeared in the made-for-TV movie Tribes in 1970. He got critical praise for this role. Vincent became known as an actor who took on complex roles bravely and delivered a tremendous performance. In 1972, he appeared alongside Charles Bronson in The Mechanic. The following year, Vincent starred in a Disney comedy called The World's Greatest Athlete, alongside Tim Conway and John Amos. In 1973, he appeared opposite George Kennedy in Deliver Us from Evil as character Nick Fleming. Not only was Vincent delivering critically praised performances, he was also beginning to garner attention for his appearance. Vincent had a certain rugged handsomeness to him which made him very popular. He was also known to have a charismatic presence both on and off the screen. He was in demand for action and drama films. His big break came with Airwolf in 1983, where he played Stringfellow Hawk, a skilled helicopter pilot. Much like his character, Vincent had keen interest in flying planes. He obtained a flying license and was able to turn flying into both a hobby and a career through his show. He was also passionate about driving motorcycles, which bode well for his adventurous spirit. While things were good on screen, Vincent was facing personal hardships behind the cameras. During his time on Airwolf, Vincent had been vocal about his struggles with substance use. He was taken into custody 3 years in a row, 1977, 1978, and 1979, for the possession of a controlled substance. In 1984 and 1985, Vincent was taken into custody for 2 bar brawls. In 1988, he was taken into custody for driving while under the influence, but avoided prison by joining a rehabilitation program. In the 90s, he was involved in 3 major vehicular collisions which nearly cost him his life. An emergency medical procedure affected Vincent's vocal cords, leaving him with a permanent raspy voice. The downward spiral of Vincent's life didn't end there. He was taken into custody yet again in 1996 for driving under the influence, and was sentenced to finish a rehabilitation program and was put on probation. In an interview in 2014, Vincent revealed that a portion of his right leg, just below the knee, had been amputated due to a contamination that spread up his leg after various health complications. Apart from struggling with health and legal issues, Vincent was also facing difficulties in his relationships. He was married 3 times, and 2 of those ended in a separation. His first marriage was to Bonnie Perman from 1968 to 1977. He shared 1 daughter with Perman, Amber Spring Vincent. The couple eventually separated. Vincent's second marriage was to Joanne Robinson in 1986. This relationship was tumultuous from the beginning. Robinson filed for a separation in 1998, and also filed a restraining order against him, alleging that he had bussed her during their marriage. In 2000, Vincent was fined a hefty sum after a former girlfriend reported that he had bussed her during their relationship, causing her to miscarry their child. Vincent's most famous relationship was with actress Kim Basinger, after they starred together in Hard Country in 1981. Vincent then went on to marry Patricia Ann Vincent, and was married to her till his demise in 2019. Vincent's personal struggles began to overshadow anything good he had achieved in his earlier years. His struggles with substance use were detrimental in the undoing of his career. His substance use led to some erratic and unpredictable behavior, costing him quite a few roles. During his later years, Vincent's health was taking a nosedive as well. The complications from all those vehicle collisions in the 80s and 90s were catching up to him. He had mobility issues and chronic pain during the later years of his life. He had to rely on medications to get him through these tough times. But with his issues with substance use, the use of medications worsened his condition. His health and overall well-being deteriorated further. By then, his career in Hollywood was close to ending. He wasn't receiving as many roles as he used to, and his health conditions were hindering the few roles he did receive. Jan Micheal Vincent's life tragically ended in 2019, when he experienced a cardiac episode. He was 74 years old at the time of his passing. With his demise came the end of a long, precarious life that was filled with struggles. Although Vincent experienced harrowing conditions throughout his life, his legacy and contribution to Hollywood is not forgotten. He still remains as one of the top actors of the 70s and 80s. His achievements are still celebrated, while his struggles serve as a lesson on how matters can take a turn for the worse in the blink of an eye. Despite his final tumultuous years, Jan Micheal Vincent will be remembered as the ruggedly handsome and extremely talented actor he was during his prime years.